The audio management system allows the flight crew to use all communication and navigation radios for both transmission and reception. Additionally, the crew can operate the interphone system, the call system, and the PA system. The components of the audio management system include the Audio Management Unit, AMU, Radio Management Panels, RMP, Audio Control Panels, ACP, and jacks at each station. The Radio Management Panels, RMPs, and Audio Control Panels, ACPs, are installed as shown. The RMPs and ACPs are used to control all radio communications. An RMP allows the pilot to select a radio to be controlled and to tune the desired frequency of the selected radio. An ACP allows the pilot to select a radio for transmission and reception and to control the volume of the radio reception. The ACP also provides interphone and call functions. Service interphone jacks are located at various maintenance positions throughout the aircraft. An additional jack is provided at the ground power receptacle. A push-to-talk, PTT switch, is installed on each side stick. You will learn there is an interphone radio switch on each audio control panel that also functions as a push-to-talk switch. We'll begin this description with the radio management panels. The primary purpose of the RMP is to manage and tune the communication radios. The secondary purpose of the RMP is to manage the tuning and setting of standby nav if tuning and setting the nav aids through the FMGS is not available. Each RMP is equipped with an on-off switch, which normally remains on for flight operations. To tune a radio, the pilot will select a frequency to the standby window by use of the dual rotary knob. Pressing the transfer key will move the selected frequency from the standby window to the active window. The radio comm selection keys may be used to select which radio is tuned by an RMP. Notice the green light in the key indicates which key has been selected, and in this case, which radio is being tuned by the RMP. Normally, RMP1 is assigned to tune VHF1, VHF3, and HF1, and RMP2 is assigned to tune VHF2 and HF2 if installed. The cell indicator light is out when an RMP is used to tune its assigned radio or radios. We have now selected RMP1 to control the VHF2 radio. Notice that the cell indicator illuminates on both RMPs. This feature provides an alert to the crew that RMP1 is selected to tune a radio that is normally assigned to another RMP. Additionally, the cell indicator illuminates on RMP2 to indicate that its assigned radio is being tuned by another RMP. If both RMPs have the same radio selected for tuning, neither RMP has priority, and either RMP can tune the selected radio. In this situation, selection of the frequency and pressing the transfer key will transfer the frequency to the active window of both RMPs. To reinstate each RMP to control its assigned radio, select the assigned radio on the respective RMP. Recall that the cell indicator will be extinguished when an RMP is controlling its assigned radio. Although VHF-3 can be tuned by an RMP, it is normally used to transmit and receive a car's data, which is managed by the MCDU. HF1 radio normally operates in the single sideband mode, SSB. If the pilot needs to operate in the amplitude modulation, AM mode, the AM push button must also be selected. Although the FMGS normally tunes the navigation radios automatically, the RMP can be used to manually tune any of the radios shown in the standby nav section of the RMP. To enable the standby nav mode, the pilot will open the switch guard and select the radio navigation backup mode key that is labeled NAV. With the standby nav mode active, the blue variables disappear on the radio navigation page of the MCDU, indicating loss of auto-tuning. Selection of a radio navigation selection key allows the pilot to manually select a frequency for the selected nav radio, as well as a CRS for the on-side nav aid. With the standby nav mode selected, the pilot can use the RMP for selection of comm radio frequencies and nav radio frequencies and courses without detuning the other radio. The green key light will reflect which comm or nav radio information is selected in the standby CRS and active windows. To discontinue use of the RMP for tuning of navigation radios, simply press the nav key to reinstate auto-tuning by the FMGS. At this time, the blue variables will reappear on the radio navigation page of the MCDU. If only one RMP remains operational, it controls all the VHF and HF transceivers. Finally, only RMP1 functions when the aircraft is in the emergency electrical configuration. Now let's describe the operation of the audio control panels. The purpose of the ACP is to control the audio for all communication systems and navigation radios. The communication systems include the VHF radios, the HF radio, the flight interphone, the cabin interphone, the service interphone, and the PA system. To select a single communication system for transmission, press the transmission key and select the audio reception by selecting a reception knob. Selection of a transmission key does not automatically select the audio reception of that communication system. More than one reception knob can be selected at a time. The reception knobs are pressed and released out to enable the audio, and then the audio volume is adjusted by rotating the individual knobs. The pilot will monitor the communication system through either a headset or a loudspeaker. If the loudspeaker is used, independent volume control is available through use of the speaker volume control for each of the captain and first officer speakers. Each transmission key is also equipped with an amber legend that is described in the call system module. For now, we show a pop-up description of each amber legend. The interphone radio switch is a 3-position switch that can be used to key the boom or oxygen mask microphone. The normal position is the neutral position. The radio, RAD position, is a momentary push-to-talk, PTT position. Holding the switch in this position keys the mic to transmit through the transmission key that is selected on the audio control panel. Release the switch, and it returns to neutral. Note: the side stick PTT button provides the same operation as this radio position. The interphone, INT position, is selected to enable the hot mic feature for interphone operations. This feature allows communication between pilots or a ground person without having to key a microphone. With the fixed INT position selected, the pilot will transmit over the interphone regardless of which transmission key is selected. To receive interphone communication, the pilot must select the interphone reception knob to on and adjust the volume. When the interphone hot mic is no longer desired, the pilot must move the switch to neutral. If interphone reception is no longer desired, the pilot must select the interphone knob to off. Selection of the on voice key will inhibit the nav-aid ident signals from the VOR or ADF radios. With this key on, the green switch on light illuminates, and the crew can more clearly monitor voice messages on these radios. This feature is helpful. For example, if the ATIS is delivered over a VOR radio and you don't want to listen to the VOR ident. The passenger address PA transmission key is pressed and held to make a PA through the boom mic, oxygen mask mic, or hand mic. The PA reception knob allows monitoring of all PA announcements. The PA operation is described in another module. In the event of failure of Audio Control Panel 1 or Audio Control Panel 2, either pilot can switch to Audio Control Panel 3 by use of the audio switching panel. With the switch in the Captain 3 position, the captain's audio controls are connected to ACP3. With the switch in the First Officer 3 position, the First Officer's audio system is connected to ACP3. With the switch out of the normal position, the third person in the flight deck no longer has access to the radios, and the green memo, Audio 3 Transferred, is displayed. This completes our description of the audio management system. Now let's answer a few questions.